Hey Jack.
Hey Kyle, how's it going?
I'm good, how are you?
Welcome to Behind the Projector, where we just pick a movie, watch it, and discuss it. Today we're just having a regular, ordinary, run-of-the-mill episode. Nothing special, nothing weird, just a normal episode. Ready, Kyle?
Ready.
How'd you do that?
Do what?
Jesus! Whatever. I guess it's the Christmas episode, so here we go. Alright, Kyle, so I got a whole bunch of Christmas movies lined up. You kind of looked at it a little bit before. And these are all, let's see what we have. We have the Rankin Best collection, we have the Charlie Brown Christmas special, Year Without a Santa Claus, the original Grinch cartoon, Polar Express, Nightmare Before Christmas, Gremlins, Home Alone 1, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, The Santa Claus, the original Miracle on 34th Street, It's a Wonderful Life, the George Patton or George C. Scott Christmas Carol. I have no idea how to pronounce it. I think it's Joyeuse Noel. And yep, that's there. So Kyle, you are free reign to pick any movie you want. And we also have a few holiday specials in the back if you wanted, but these are the main Christmas related ones.
So I can choose whatever I want?
Well, it has to be Christmas related, unfortunately.
Anything Christmas related?
Yeah, because you kind of set the rule by manifesting that monstrosity upon you.
Even if it'll burn our eyes as we watch?
I guess.
We'll do this. A Year Without Santa Claus.
Okay, Year Without a Santa Claus. Let me zoom in on that. With Mickey Rooney, everyone's favorite stereotype from Breakfast at Tiffany's.
I'm a big fan of stop motion, so this is going to be fun.
All right, here we go.
Sunday, poor Santa's tuckered out.
Nobody really cares anymore.
And all the elves are out of work.
What?
And it will surely be a blue Christmas, unless there's a miracle in the nick of time.
Christmas, Steve?
It's big trouble if it's a year without Santa.
Santa.
So we just finished The Year Without a Santa Claus from Rankin Bass, and this is my special guest, Kyle. Kyle I've known since high school. Do you have any YouTube channels you want to plug in, Kyle?
No, not at the time.
Okay. So, I have to ask, as I ask everyone who's on the show, why specifically did you pick this movie out of the Christmas movies we have?
So I have a really fond memory of these, I guess, old-timey, like 70s stop motion Christmas movies. I love them so much. I used to watch them all the time when I was a kid with my family, and these go hand in hand with the old, what do you call it? Frosty the Snowman ones.
That's the same people too, yeah.
Yeah, and I remember I used to I would watch these when I was like 5 years old, and every year I try to get as many of them as I can in, and it's great. I love the cheesy animation, and I love just like the goofy story and the weird characters. So.
Like we were commenting on a lot of the Rankin Bass, because it's Rankin Bass, that's what they're called. A lot of their stop motion puppets have exaggerated features. Like you were commenting the eyeballs.
Yeah, every time something weird happens where they get shocked by something they're told, their eyes just go bloop, bloop. Or like the dude's mustache was like moving around, or
And there's even a charm to it, even with the kind of the error mistakes. Like when you see the string like holding up the embers, or where characters are supposed to be falling, you can still see the string holding them up.
The string, or them flying, but like it's obvious that they're just tracking the puppets instead of just moving the background.
Exactly.
Oh, it's so good.
And we probably should explain. I've reviewed this movie. You can see I actually reviewed it last year, but it's my favorite of the Rankin Bass, so I love talking about this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Do you want to explain what The Year Without a Santa Claus is about?
Sure, I'll explain it. So just like the title, it's a year without Santa Claus.
There you go.
Santa Claus is sick. He decides, hey, I need a vacation. Let's just take a day for myself. And he decides to inform everyone in town, or I guess around the world, that he's not going to be there this year. And everyone just kind of goes, all right.
Yeah, they're kind of cool with it.
Like, sure, yeah, why not? And then Mrs. Claus goes, well, why will if we find a hint of Christmas spirit, maybe that'll kind of jumpstart Santa Claus and have him want to go back out again. Big plot hole in this, which I never got. Okay, so Santa Claus only has to work, like, let's be honest here, like what, one day a year,
Yeah.
maybe two. You're telling me the one day that's coming up, it's the same day every year, he's just like, yeah, I'm not gonna do it.
Exactly.
I never got that.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's another one of these movies where, oh, Christmas is in danger of being canceled, and it's like out of all the years, out of all the days, this right before Christmas is when he decides to get sick.
You know you're gonna work that day. You know you're gonna work the whole night. You have a whole year to prep. I get that you're sick and it happens. You never know when you're gonna get sick. But I mean, come on.
Kyle, he was convinced by one disgruntled elf.
Oh yeah.
Because there's this elf who's like a doctor. And it's not like what's his name, Hermie the elf from Rudolph, who's a dentist. This is, I don't know, disgruntled elf McGee, who is a doctor, and he's just like, oh, people don't believe in you anymore. Why do you hire this guy? Why is he on your payroll?
I love him so much because everybody in this movie is a yes man, and then you need that elf who just sees it how it is and just tells it how it is, and the fact that he's also a doctor, I think that just kind of fits the role.
Because your doctor is the one who gives you the hard pills to swallow, which he literally gives Santa a hard pill to swallow.
Oh yeah, he's just like mid-conversation just chucks it in his mouth, which was pretty funny.
But I think also, before we get to the Miser Brothers, before that, I want to talk about something that you mentioned about Iggy. First off, the name Ignatius something.
Oh.
I forgot what the last name was.
Fiddlewhite?
Fiddlewhite maybe.
Yeah.
Weird name, but we get to him, and we also see his father, and you commented what was it you said at the end?
They used the same mold of the kid's face for the dad.
We just changed the hair color.
Yeah, and then they just didn't put freckles on him. It's the same, but I get it. They have a budget, and it's supposed to. I mean,
Hereditary.
Yeah, it's family, but it's just so funny because every time you look at the dad, you're like, that's just the kid on an adult body.
But I just wanted to bring that up before I forgot because I thought that was a funny comment.
Yeah, or with the doctor after he insults Santa to his face and he says nobody loves him and you should just forget about it, and then he just goes, oh yeah, by the way, Merry Christmas, and then he just walks out.
I love that too. The not so blunt approach to just wishing someone Merry Christmas or just saying, oh, no one likes you, by the way, have a good day.
He's professional.
And we should mention Mickey Rooney has done the voice of Santa Claus the most. I think he did it in all the Rankin Bass or almost all the Rankin Bass cartoons. Like he did it in Santa Claus is Coming to Town. I think that's this one, and actually maybe that is those are the only two he's done. But I always just associate his voice with Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Shirley Booth does Mrs. Claus with just a singing voice. And I want to brought this up in my review, I think, where she has this whole song about I could be Santa, and then the elves are like, oh, you don't look like Santa. Oh, okay, let's forget about it.
Yeah, that goes nowhere.
Yeah.
It's just a song about her being like, oh, I could do this. No one will tell. Is the suit, and I can pretty much pull it off. I've been seeing him doing it for years, and then it just goes. Actually,
it's a silly idea.
Let's not do that. Let's just try to find some Christmas spirit.
But now, we should probably get this special is good. It's cheesy, it's fun, but what elevates this to probably one of the more memorable of the Rankin Bass cartoons are Snow Miser and Heat Miser.
The best character, the best side characters.
You don't probably don't need them in hindsight, but they just make this so much better.
Yeah.
When you first see them, it's just like there's these two giants in the sky basically, and you're like, oh, they see the two elves Jingle and Jangle on Vixen, which Santa has a baby pulling his sleigh apparently, a baby reindeer. Okay?
Yeah.
And Heat Miser's like, oh, they're here to just promote my brother's white Christmas. Let's murder them.
Yep. Tries to murder them with heat rays.
They're so scared about Mother Nature. Can you imagine what Mother Nature would be like? So what do you do today, son? Oh, we killed one of Santa's elves.
Yeah, and a reindeer.
And a baby reindeer.
with a heat ray.
And we don't see them for a while, but then the plot thickens where this mayor of Southtown is like, oh, if you make it snow in Southtown, which we're in the South now, insert whatever joke you want to do there. I apologize to any people from the South. I joke. They're like, if you make it snow in Southtown, then we'll acknowledge Santa's existence and let him have a holiday. And so they have to see Snow Miser and say, can you make it snow in Southtown? Same thing. Same thing. And what was it? They're like, oh yeah, they're like, we can't because Heat Miser has control of the South.
Yes, this is territory.
And this is territory. And you want to kind of explain the set. Their reactions to listening to the music.
Oh, you mean when they enter their kingdom and then they have to watch them perform?
Yeah, they're just like.
Yeah. So both brothers are extra as heck. I don't know if we're allowed to cook this. I'll say heck.
Okay.
And like as they like enter their kingdom, the brothers both have like their songs, their intro songs, and they just kind of have to stand there awkwardly as they finish. But those are the best two songs.
They are.
Or I guess one song. It's the same song. It's just a variant of it. I guess.
Yeah.
It's
a reprisal.
Yeah, those are the most popular songs that are out of this movie, probably out of this whole collection, I guess.
There's a few songs that are in the. Oh yeah, they're probably the best. They are undeniably the best songs. But there's a few other songs in here. I have Santa's Cold. Because Santa gets a cold, as we discussed. But I think the last thing that was really worth talking about are the legacy of this special, in that there was, in the early 2000s, a live-action version of this, which neither of us have seen. Mm-hmm. But it had John Goodman as Santa Claus, which is, I guess, perfect casting. I don't know.
I believe 2006 is like a very weird period of movies.
Isn't that the year of the direct-to-video sequels Disney had come out?
I think so. It's just nothing. I don't remember a lot coming out between that gap. Because I remember once 2007 and 8 hit, that's when like a whole bunch of really good movies.
Like Dark Knight came out in 2008.
I'm pretty sure like what is that movie? Superbad.
Oh yeah.
All those types of movies came out. Kick-Ass, and then it just, I don't know. But yeah, I want to see that live action.
The night your brother was in it.
It sounds cursed.
I've seen the Snow Miser Heat Miser clip, and they just fit the song into one, so they're just alternating between the verses.
Oh, okay.
And they have like, instead of miniature versions of themselves as henchmen, they have like women, like either women in snow hoodies or girls in bikinis for Heat Miser. So it's not very children. No, I'm kidding. And then there's the sequel, which there was a sequel to the Rankin Bass one.
Yes.
I think it had Mickey Rooney in it. It had the guy who did Heat Miser's voice.
Is it in the collection?
It's not in the collection. I don't know if it's ever been released, but they had like a villain who's like, because they acknowledge there's more children to Mother Nature, and one of them was like, the villain was like a wind guy or something.
Oh yeah, that does, yeah.
But it was okay, but it was cool to see stop motion projects again. But
I love stop motion.
We may or may not do a sequel episode to this. I mean, we'll undoubtedly probably do one next Christmas, but we may or may not do another one this Christmas as well. You brought up a few that you wanted to talk about. I think one of the ones you talked about was Jim Carrey's The Grinch. You teased the holiday special, which I'm hesitant to do again.
There's also, if we want to stick to classic Christmas movies that are just wacky, like the live action Grinch.
Yeah.
Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer is so weird. There's a lot of like weird moments in there. There's that one song that the
Grandma's gonna sue the pants off of Santa.
Yeah, it's the one with I don't remember if she's like the cousin.
Yeah.
The villain of the movie, the cousin. She has like a weird like song where it's like her and the guy that she's working with.
Oh.
They do like the tropical song.
It was her and the lawyer.
Yeah, that's weird, and there's a lot of weird things about that movie.
The weird thing is, we're done with this movie. You know, I would, as a little kid, I would like sing Christmas carols to my grandparents, and it became a tradition. As offensive as this was, to sing "Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer" to my grandmother, and she thought it was the funniest thing.
It is a movie, or the title is about violence.
Exactly.
And it's.
I think they go to court.
Yeah, they go to court. The kid like gets threatened by the lawyer, and it's just ugh.
And then I remember, we could spoil this. This came out years ago.
Yeah.
I think like the reason the reindeers attacked Grandma because she put reindeer food in the fruit cake, and so it was attempted murder.
Yeah, and then Santa just steals her.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, I hit this lady. Yeah, he just picked her up, threw her in the sled, took her to the North Pole. Didn't he technically leave a note?
Yes, he did, but then the cousin, I think, hid the note. Oh. And, the responsible thing, I know you're on a time crunch, Santa, but you would probably have made more sense to have actually gone to a house for help than to take the time to find a paper, find a pen, and write out a note.
Oh, so good. So there's that. There's the Grinch movie. I'm real quick. I'm a big fan of Christmas TV specials.
Yeah.
So if you ever want to do that, there's the Johnny Bravo one.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna be like the Lifetime Hallmark Christmas.
No. I mean like the Johnny Bravo Christmas special. There's the Codename Kids Next Door Christmas special where they do variants of the X-Men. Yeah, there's a lot.
I think I remember that one vaguely. I remember I was thinking about Kids Next Door recently because I remember the finale. Was the finale the movie or was it an episode? Because I remember there was a last episode and there was a movie.
Oh, it might have been the movie.
Yeah.
But there's also the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy Christmas special.
I remember that where Mrs. Claus is a vampire.
Yes, and they have to find the head vampire. So
It's not Dracula.
yes.
Because Dracula, I remember, for those who have not, we're just naming off a lot of stuff from our childhood now, which was basically our whole time in high school. I won't disclose where we went to high school, but it was a fun time of just nostalgic stuff. We actually just had a reunion, or not an official high school reunion, but we had like a little get together here. Well, Kyle unfortunately couldn't make it. That's actually no, there was a reunion we had almost a year ago, and we just, this is getting out of hand now. But if you had, I'm just asking. In general, we'll probably get to this eventually, but what would your favorite Christmas movie be?
Ooh.
Because I think mine is a toss-up between This Christmas Carol with George C. Scott, and I acknowledge it's not the best Christmas movie. I acknowledge that, but I do have a soft spot for Tim Allen's The Santa Claus.
That is a classic.
Who doesn't want to become Santa Claus?
Yeah. That's another one where he technically
murders someone.
I don't know if it's intentional murder, but there is a murder.
Yeah.
So that is another great. I don't know what my favorite is. I think
if you want to narrow it down, we could just of your favorites to watch that's in this section.
Okay, I will definitely do that. Okay, if I had to choose from here what we have in front of us as my favorite, it would probably be National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
That's a great one.
I've watched that one so many times with my family. We watch it every year. It's so quotable. It's just, it's amazing.
It is. I watch it more than the regular National Lampoon Vacation.
Yeah. The Family Vacation, and then there's the Vegas one.
Yeah, and the best part about it is you don't have to watch the first National Lampoon's Vacation to get what's going on.
Yeah, because they just keep changing the children actors in here.
And they only changed the wife too. I think they changed the wife at one point, or maybe it was the daughter.
Maybe, but I know that both kids, they get swapped out because they made a joke about that in one of the.
Oh, they did.
It was in a commercial like 2 or 3 years ago where like they all come home for Christmas, but all the different kid actors are there, and they're like, "What the heck?"
I know they had a direct-to-video sequel with Cousin Eddie, which we don't talk about.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I would definitely choose National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
All right, that's
Love that movie.
a good one. Well, that's our Christmas episode. We'll maybe get a second one out. We'll try. If not, thank you for being here.
Yeah, of course.
And we'd love to have you on the show for more shows on the YouTube channel if you ever want.
I'm down. I'm excited.
All right. Well, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Life Day. Happy Life Day in particular.
Yeah, Happy Life Day.
Yeah, they promoted at Disneyland. George is probably so excited that he sold it to Disney so they can make this canon again. I like to think it's canon.
Oh yeah, we're watching the live action Grinch. We are dead.
You scared me. I thought you were gonna be like, oh, we're definitely watching.
No, we're gonna do the Grinch. We're gonna talk about that.
I have a few things to say about Jim Carrey's The Grinch. All right, take care, guys.
Have a good one.